What is the state of Christianity in the United States? We discussed this with Professor Carol Bechtel, Executive Director of the American Waldensian Society, member of the Reformed Church in America, and Professor Emerita of Old Testament at Western Theological Seminary in Holland, Michigan. What is your view as a Christian, and in particular as a Protestant, on the actions of President Donald Trump and the USA federal government?
Well, first let me say that I'm ashamed of the behavior and the policies of Donald Trump and his government. And I'm very sorry for all of the disastrous effects it has had, both for the US, but also for the entire world. As a Christian, I'm baffled by his ability to dupe so many Christians, particularly the conservative evangelical Christians, into thinking that he's a follower of Jesus of Nazareth. Christian nationalism is a serious problem, and I think it is neither Christian nor genuinely patriotic.
For the first time, a North American Pope has been elected. What direction is Christianity taking in the USA?
I have to admit that I'm very pleased with the election of Pope Leo, and that's in part because he went to high school 15 minutes from where I live. In fact, one of my friends exclaimed, "The Pope and I had the same French teacher." But beyond that, beyond the personal, I think that the Pope is someone who is a world Christian, having spent significant time on 3 continents. And I'm particularly encouraged by the fact that he is very clear-eyed about the dangers of Christian nationalism and has publicly denounced it almost from the moment he became the Pope. I just think it's very important for American Christians to hear from him as a Roman Catholic leader and from all of us in the Protestant Church that this movement has very little to do with Jesus of Nazareth.
In this context, how does the authentic Christian message present itself in today's world?
I think all Christians need to make a special effort to remember that following Jesus is not about power or greed, but about compassion and generosity, doing justice, loving kindness, walking humbly with God. And I think it's particularly important for us to not only center ourselves in that, but also to speak up about that, because Christianity is getting a very bad reputation. And frankly, we deserve our bad reputation. But I think that as we begin to speak up, become more committed to the heart of Christianity, perhaps we begin to change that reputation.